Hi, friends. Darth Momo here, and today we're going to talk about Star Wars The Bad Batch, Season 3, Episode 5, The Return. I'm going to give this one a 7 out of 10. I know that the first instinct for some people may be to decry this one as filler, but I don't think that's the case at all. First off, you could say that it wasn't just, while it may have felt like, just a typical treasure hunt type mission. This was a mission that was integral to the plot. It was looking for information on Tantus, and ultimately they did somewhat progress, even if what they didn't get the coordinates for Mount Tantus. We're progressing towards that end goal, which clearly it's got something to do with Mount Tantus. Um, it was also just a fun, action filled episode with getting the characters all back together. Well, those who are still around. And obviously, it's not filler mainly because, setting all that aside, the main argument I would put forth is there's character development between mainly Hunter, Crosshair, and I would almost argue Omega too. Omega definitely seems to be taking much more of a spotlight this season. Um, to me, she always, even though like clearly she's like the Ezra or the Ahsoka of this show. To me, she always felt more like a secondary character. In the previous two seasons, at least, especially in season one, season two, maybe a bit more of the spotlight, but here she's starting to feel like an actual main character. Um, or I should say, the main character. The other thing I would say too is, yeah, Crosshair and Hunter, everything that went down, that was awesome to see. I love a lot of their interactions. I love that there was obviously going to be some issues taking in Crosshair at first, and they worked that out. Um, I love seeing this different side of Crosshair that he's working on communicating. He's working on opening up. Um, I don't know. It's awesome to see the group again. I mean, I miss that Tech's not there, but in a sense, I'm moved on from it. It's sad, of course, but don't bring him back. That would be awful. I think I like the direction the show's starting to go. Um, I look forward to seeing what the rest of the show has in store for us. I'm excited to get the batch back together. I hope Echo's in more episodes throughout the season. I know he really he bowed out the last half of season two, so I hope he's kind of here to stay, or at least he's here a lot more often throughout this season, which I have a feeling he probably will be. Um, that being said, I do like how I remember when I first saw Batcher, the Hound. I was like, well, I don't I first thought it was just going to kind of be like a one off, and then they escape, and then Batcher would just kind of be set free in the wild. But then obviously Batcher stuck around in the last episode, and I was curious to see how that was going to play out. And so far, I'd actually say I'm kind of liking it. I think it's working out having Batcher, and you could say that's just a classic Star Wars trope of like, hey, they stuck their neck out for this little guy, and he's helped them a lot so far. So, and everything going on with Crosshair back at the outpost, the clear PTSD he's suffering, everything he did to kind of give a proper send off to Mayhem, or what was his name? Was it Mayhem? No, it wasn't Mayhem. Mayday, to give a send off to Mayday and his clones there. It was very beautiful. So, like I said, all in all, a 7 out of 10. Could have been better, but it could have been a lot worse. And I think overall, the episode was very much enjoyable. So, I look forward to being here next week. Thank you guys for joining in. Darth Momo out, and may the force be with you. Always.
Thanks for watching. Please subscribe to the channel. If you liked the video, comment down below and hit that like button. Oh, and check out some of my other videos. I'm sure you'll find them a delight.